We're back at it. Back at it, no?
We're back at it. Here we are. The start of Pressured Human Podcast. Today we have a interesting subject that we want to talk about. Today we're going to talk a little bit about social media. What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Check social media. Let's talk about how it affects. What was you were telling me earlier? How it affects us as a what?
as a whole.
Yeah, that you said. You told me earlier. You said it perfectly. It was almost like it rolled off your tongue, bro. You were telling me it's like how social media affects like us in general, like how our outlook on things are now different because of social media and stuff like that.
I mean, I'll say that definitely social media displays a type of persona of someone that might not be consistent to their character in real life. And it's easy to believe what you see on the gram, but then when you see it in real life, it's like it's undeniable. Like, you can't just, once you see it, you're like, take the hat off, bucko. Quick at me.
Yeah, I mean, you could be whoever you want to be. Honestly, you could say whatever it is you want to say, and it's just like I could do it because it's like my finger to do the typing. I don't really gotta like show any energy toward it. That's it.
But what do you think about the people that like record like their day in life, or like,
I don't know. Like, bullshit. I'll be real with you. I think it's bullshit.
You don't think people are really at where they're saying what they're posting it?
No. Like all this, like, don't get me wrong, like I know like this new one's like this Aston Hall guy.
Ashton Hall?
Yeah, whatever. Like,
That guy's a funny guy.
don't get me wrong, you don't do that every morning.
Of course not.
You don't do that every
And if he does, respect.
I mean, you don't. You don't. You do.
You 100%. You
You
100%.
know, when the cameras are on, that's what like. That's what brings the money, no? That's what brings the money.
Okay.
But
That's an interesting perspective.
people ain't doing that shit.
Okay.
People ain't doing that shit. I also heard this a long time ago. It was crazy because I had one of my
Shout out the dogs.
yeah, shout out the dogs in the background. You'll hear a lot of that. But like, I remember one time I heard some dude say he has 3 parts of the day in 24 hours. Like, he has 3 days within a day. Like from 6 a.m. to like 12. That's my first day from like 12 to like 5. It's my second day from 5 to like 9.
Yeah.
It's like do that a couple of days, you toast. Do it a couple months. I'm kicking your butt. I don't believe that. I think that's bullshit. I don't think people really live like that.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some interesting characters in my life that will post on the Instagram. I'll like be right beside them, and I know that's not what they're doing. And it's just like at that point, the question is like, who are you doing it for? You know?
Yeah. What are you doing it for? What do you do it for?
I mean, my posts on Instagram are pretty practical. Like, when I wake up in the morning, I thank God first and foremost for the life that I have, for another day to attempt to do something in this life. And yo, these dogs are going crazy. Arpeggio, stop. I'm trying to shoot the pod here. Please. I love you. Shout out Arpeggio. She's looking at me like, why are you talking to me, man? What a guy. But I'll see people like post certain things on Instagram, and then I'm like right next to them, and I'm just like, okay, like, you don't gotta pretend, like, you could just be yourself. And I'm not at a yacht club every other day. I'm not at the club every other day. I'm not doing something exciting essentially every day, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I think the issue is that the world has portrayed to us that if you're not doing something exciting, you're nothing, which is not true.
Like, I just feel like you gotta be okay with not catching other people's attention sometimes. I think that's all. It all at the end of the day is just like getting a certain amount of attention, a certain level of attention that you just don't get on your regular day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. Like, I know there's people out there that pay to get those little blue checks next to their Instagram name. That's real. That's real. What does that do for you? Nothing.
It's just another bill on your fucking account. That's really what it is.
That's a bill.
It's a bill.
That's reoccurring.
A real current bill. I hit up one of my friends the other day because I was like, I'm not gonna say no names, but I saw that they went from having no check to blue check, and I was just like, oh, like, can you give me a little bit of story or background of this? And a little hesitant at first, and I was like able to understand that it's a subscription based now thing. So you pay monthly for it. You pay X amount of dollars to essentially prove to the world that you are your most authentic self, which I think is like why I wanted to talk about social media, because you should not let these checks or whatever, anything is being put in your face, be the reason why like that validates who you are. No, like the work you put in outside of their Instagram, like the actual work that you put in day out into this world, into the people that's around your community, that should speak for you more than a random person that doesn't know who you are in this world and is just looking at your stuff because they're bored at like 12 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to have like followers and stuff like that because you get to spread the knowledge, right? Like, that's what we're doing this so that people can see this and have the opportunity to share. But essentially, like, when you're doing it for more like self-pride and self, like what is it really at that point? You know, like, you lose the plot.
I don't know. A lot of people just do it for notoriety.
Yeah.
Honestly, nowadays it's just like something I try to post, something I try to like use my social media, you know, stay active, see what people are going through. And the day I just find myself using it more as a source of entertainment, you know,
Yeah.
watch something funny online.
Yeah, you and me go back and forth and sharing reels left and right. The stuff we see is so funny. It is so funny. Like,
Traumatizing.
and traumatizing at the same time. You know, it's watch at your own age limit, because the things that now are being displayed on Instagram were not things that were being displayed when Instagram became what it is now. So I feel like you and I grew up in high school when Instagram really like showed its face, and we saw that there was a lot of restrictions. There was a lot of things you could do, a lot of things you couldn't do.
Oh.
And
Night and day. I was just telling you right now before we started recording that, like, I have meme pages. Everyone has meme pages on their phone. Sure, females out there have like, they follow like zodiac sign pages or whatever pages, girl pages, whatever. But I don't think you guys have this issue, but these meme pages that I follow and stuff like that, or I like history pages, whatever. You have these girls like modeling their OnlyFans account, like,
yeah, I don't know what that's about.
sponsorship now.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
If I wanted to watch that, like, my Explore page would be filled with that, you know, whatever. I wouldn't be complaining.
You know what's sad? I'll even go on top of that. Like, I personally know somebody, like, personally, that essentially sold their soul to the industry. Like, that went and did this and started doing OnlyFans, and like now they're managed by a group of like a company that does this, and they're like, essentially the notoriety level increased substantially. They ended up, I think they were like, at first they had like 1,000 followers. Now they have like multiple pages for that same person, and their main page has like almost like 1 million followers. So it's like, you can choose the easy way of this life, but understand like what it's gonna cost, or you can work and do the right things and not fall into all that pressure, right? Because that's all pressure at the end of the day. Like, we're consistently pressured to do things in this life, to take care of people, and maybe certain people see that as a way to take care of theirs, but it's like,
it's all centered around the money that you need to like live that lifestyle, the money that you need
Yeah.
to like keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Like, you and I both know, like, through bad times and good times, you start living a certain lifestyle, and you go through something and you can't live that certain lifestyle no more. It's different.
yeah, man, it makes you go crazy. It makes you
Sure, question
lose yourself.
things about yourself and stuff like that, like, and it reflects. It's like, it really does hit you. It really does hit you that.
I'll definitely add that when I had went down my plummet, and I know we talked about it before, but when I really went down that hole and I couldn't do the things that I was doing before, like, it really messed with me. It didn't mess with my pride or ego, because like, at that point it was what it was, right? But it definitely affected me as a person, because it's like, now I really can't do anything, essentially, and I have to start from the ground up. And the pessimistic mindset that I had then, I was very mad at the world, but seeing it now, I'm like, okay, like, I get it now. I understand. And these dogs decided to have a play fight in the middle of our podcast. Rocky, lay in bed. Go to bed. So I'm a parent and a podcaster. Look at them. Now they're both looking at me like I talk to them. Crazy. Shout out my lovely animals.
But yeah, I just don't want to. I don't think it's stuck in the rabbit hole, bro. It gets to a point in everyone's life where they gotta realize like this is what you are. This is your path. You know, and if you want to make a change about it, change. Like, listen, you're never gonna get a different result if you don't change something in the format.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Just recently for me, like I've been making major changes when it comes to health. Like I've been doing major
How's that going for you?
sex.
Yeah. Big sexy in this house.
Doing major changes when it comes to health. Doing major changes when it comes to like what I want in my next career.
Yeah.
What I want to build. We're making major changes like what we're doing right now. You know what I mean? And
yeah, you've been getting this podcast going and now having these complex situations and conversations, like it's different.
we got a lot going. There's a lot of positivity in our lives now.
Of course, yeah. It's not always gonna be bad or anything, but it does make or break you.
Yeah, and also there's another thing is like to touch on the main subject, like we're not blasting it on social media, like
Yeah.
like get me. What is your post? Your post is like what your God is good post, and then me on this side, it's more like some daily stuff happening, like whenever it's all good, but it's like you don't know what's really happening in the background, and you got this happening in the background.
You know, I want to touch on some certain things that I have written here, you know, so we can kind of have an understanding of one another. Right? So when we talk in the subject of like Instagram, right? Like what's something that goes through your mind when you go open that application?
I feel like time consumption. I was want to say it's the first thing that comes to my mind. It's like I've opened the app sometimes out of boredom, even though I just closed the app. So I don't feel like it's just maybe.
So you're essentially like not even going or scrolling. You're just like opening the app and closing it immediately.
Like closing the app just because like it's something new. I'm not gonna go.
You already saw what you saw, but then you think like it's gonna change in like a second.
Saw stories, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I did what I did. I saw what I saw,
Yeah.
and like I gotta get back off of it. And it's just like I feel like I catch myself doing that a lot.
Yeah.
That's like my main source of social media is that I don't really have anything else. I'm not like an older person that has like Facebook and stuff. I have it. Who uses that? You know what I mean? To our Facebook people, we love you.
Our Facebook lovers. Like, Facebook was a time of its own. It was how everybody stayed in contact after MySpace, essentially. Oh man! But you know what? I want to dig a little deeper. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, right? Like when you first saw this application, like what would it be?
Be careful. Be careful because people are not who they show you they are. Like,
especially to these kids, like the new era kids.
I'm not talking about just like maybe the most basic thing, which is like a relationship with someone or a friendship with someone. What I'm talking about is the actual content that's put out there that's just free for anybody from any age group to see. And it's just
like the Instagram, like kind of, or even TikTok. But like we could just talk about social media platforms. Like you think they got less restrictive?
Yeah, I feel like it's gotten a little bit out of hand. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they lost.
It's entertaining. It's fun. It's nice. But lately, I don't know. It's just like this shit's a little weird.
Yeah,
like, this shit's a little different. You know what I mean? So. And I'm just saying I'm speaking for the future because I know in a couple of years I'm going to have kids, I'm going to have a family myself, and a couple of years on top of that, technology is going to be technology advances every day, so imagine.
Yeah, we're in AI now.
Like
there's a lot of AI shit coming out that is mind-boggling, like autonomous vehicles. I just saw on Instagram it posted on Only in Dade that there's like going to be an autonomous taxi helicopter.
Yeah, I got you. You're booking that, right? You're booking that.
Listen, man, after the GO passed away,
the
GO being Kobe and a helicopter, ain't nobody putting me in no damn helicopter, especially one that doesn't get driven by a person. You tell me I'm trusting my life in an Autobot?
Oh, man.
What if it's a Decepticon?
It might be.
What if they get me? They're like, we killed your man, boy. Oh, you like that shit. Now you about to die. End of my life. Cooked. I can't do nothing. I just gotta take the L. That's a horrible L to take. The damn troll face pops up on the screen.
Just drops. Literally brings you up into the air and just drops. It's just a 360. Just like, yo, goodbye.
Song throw. I know my boy Allen knows that song. He used to be saying that on Modern Warfare 2. What a game. What a crazy game. We're talking about crazy eras. That was a crazy game.
That was,
If you know, you know. But
those were the days.
that was the Wild West. Especially the things that we're saying to you.
What do you think about when you think of like social media? What's like the first thing that comes to your mind?
Toxic.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that?
Always.
I mean, facts. I fuck with that.
Because it's like, half the people that post something is always negative. Nah, probably like 75 or 80% of the things that people post are against other people or to flaunt a fake lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like they're directly or subjectively adding somebody. And I think that's like weird, right? Because how are you going to go to Instagram on your own personal profile and talk crap about somebody indirectly, but directly, right? And then you're just flaunting a lifestyle that you don't have. Like, come on. That's why when I post my stuff, like, thank you, God, it's because I'm appreciative of life. Like, that's what I'm going through. I'm not out here trying to say that I got it all figured out or that I'm that guy, because inadvertently, we are never going to have it figured out. We're just going to be in a continuous learning process, and that's just what life's about. It's about taking the wins and the losses and learning how to adjust your life towards that so you can be like your highest version of yourself. Because everybody want to be mid. That's the issue. Everybody want to live a mid lifestyle, but pretend like they're like the highest in the room. And I've met so many people, bro. I'm sorry that I'm like so into it, but like I've met so many people that, bro, they flaunt it, man. And they flaunt it so good that when you see them, it's like a complete 180.
Yeah.
Throws me off.
I get to know.
Ooh, I'm like, yo, who is this person, dude? Like, you are just like shallowness.
That happens a lot in Miami.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. It's not just a Miami thing. I think it's like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it happens all over like the world. Like, people have their own versions of it, but Miami right now, because it's like the capital of like infrastructure and then technology and development, it's like so, it's not at our forefront right now that everybody just wants to say they have that lifestyle, pretend. You know, some guy the other day came up to me and was like, yo, yeah, I need to change my tires on my GT3 RS, like on a Porsche of the year, but I don't have money to even pay for the car now. I'm like, how'd you even, like, the things that people decide to do, the decisions they make for their life, for, stay with me now, to prove to people, random people of this life that they live, it's like, it shocks me, bro. Like, people are willing to throw all their money away just so people can accept them on the ground. And then I'm just like, okay, bro, like, and I see that on my Instagram every single day. So many people. I'm just like, okay.
or it's like the rent culture is really much alive. Like nothing that you have is owned.
Oh yeah, all that about owning this and owning that's gone. That's been gone. Everything either is leased or financed. 100%. When someone tells me, oh, I got this new Lamborghini, and the first thing I see on the back of their car is that paper tag, I'm calling them out, bro. Offer it. Always calling them out. Or worse, you see the dealer plate on it, and you're like, and then you see them tucked in the band inside the car. Oh, that's all it is. And mind you, I'm not hating. I'm just being unapologetically real, because why are you doing that? And if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. But like, why are you really out here lying to people? Because mind you, you're the next person in your family line, right? When our OGs pass away, we're the next one. You're gonna do that, and you're gonna bring that into your culture, and that's gonna be your lifestyle. Like, that's who you're gonna be.
I feel that all starts even before social media turns you into that person, but that's really you having that connection with you. Like, if you got that connection with you, like, nothing can flip you. Nothing can flip you. Like, the things you see and stuff like that can just keep it as what you see and stuff like that on social media. Tell me why I feel like sometimes I want to delete it.
I be
And then at the same time, it's like, man, but then I just like, I feel like I'm just like not gonna be able to catch up with shit.
That's what it is. It's like the most informative area to find like anything, right? To find out what's the newest, like on the moment that something happens.
It's not that I care that these two old classmates of mine are getting married. I don't care. Am I gonna be invited? No. You know what I mean? Like, am I ever gonna like cross paths with them ever again? No. But why do I feel like that's good to know? It's good to stay up.
It's good to know, but like everything, there's always a good and a bad to it.
Yeah.
So I feel like when we're walking on this plane, the first few things that should come across is what is the intention behind what I'm doing. And that doesn't even only go for social media. That goes for anything. Any type of body of work. Anything that you do for yourself or for your family. Like, what is it that I am trying to get or reap or see or plant a seed for? Because if you're just planting seeds to plant seeds for bullshit or like half-ass stuff, like, then when it ends up being what it is, you can't get mad at nobody but yourself. And that's another thing, right? The delusional factor is that when people complain about their life being the way it is, it's like because you spent all this time focusing on trying to portray something that you weren't, when you could have grinded that, right? Grinded that time. Yeah, you didn't get to go out and up, but you grinded that time, and now when you do go out, it's on your terms.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to, so that's why you see people when they're in yacht parties. There's like the owner's son owner. This is the actual owner of the club, of the yacht club, that has nothing to do with the boat, and they're renting it off them. It's always that, like these, oh, I got a yacht or I got this car. Like, it's not owned by nobody, bro. Like, everybody here has a piece of that. And until we get out of this culture of pretending to flaunt things that we really don't have, we're only going to continue to lie to ourselves. We're going to continue to make bad financial decisions. And unfortunately, you're going to lose a lot of good people in your life that care about you because they just can't be around a person like you.
Facts. It really just changes you. Like, be who you are. It comes out to the root of it. Be okay being who you are. Be okay. Don't let social media change you. Don't let that influence you for the bad. There's 1,000 things social media can influence for you in the good, but then
social media is good, right? If you're doing it for work, if you're doing it to
market
or something, or like check on your family, that's cool. But if you're gonna utilize social media to I guess essentially cyberbully, because it's essentially
not even just that, like
people's
monster in its own. That whole cyberbullying shit, dude.
I've seen some nasty people get called out for that, bro. It's so bad.
I've seen the people, I'm not even gonna lie, I've seen like comments and stuff like that, and you click on these comments and you look at these people's like profiles.
Yeah, bro, and they look
sad. I'm not even gonna lie, they've been bullied before.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're hurt, you're spreading that hurt.
Hurt people, bro.
You feel me?
Hurt people. It's been a thing for the longest.
So then again, it's that fake shit. So then at the end of the day, you can't even defend yourself. That's another thing. How is this? Be honest. How do you think this has affected us as a society when it comes to our communication with each other?
Well, people don't trust people now more than ever because now their information essentially is leaked right after. There's a lot of people that live for that. Live to find out information to then go spread another wildfire, be it social media, be it in person. I mean,
like, what has that done? Think about it. When you really do take a step back, what has that done to some of your friendships?
Oh, it's definitely diminished. It's killed a lot of friendships. There's certain people in my life that try to hit me up to hang out or do something, and I don't pick up the phone, not because I don't like them or anything, but because they're just not aligned to my lifestyle, and they're still caught up in the facade of this Miami go out club, do things that you shouldn't do, essentially, not focus on yourself, like not put time into your craft, not be disciplined. And that only unfortunately draws me back to just wanting to be nothing or be lazy, and I just can't afford that, bro.
Don't get caught up when you know what's gonna get you caught up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, people don't care.
I don't care.
People don't give a shit. They'll probably just rock the boat. They're comfortable like that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But they're living that lifestyle though. But the stories look nice.
But I just can't fathom the idea of people that know that this shit's bad for them, know it's destroying them, and that they still want to continue to do it. Because that hurts more. You know that what you're doing is wrong. No, not that someone's telling you, is that you now looking yourself in the mirror and going, yo, what the fuck am I doing?
They say, oh,
And you
you're
still want to do it.
You're balling for real? Like, you're really balling for real? You took that trip to Italy 2 months ago and you're just posting those pictures now? You're not on, like, girl, you're not on, my boy, you're not on the,
We add some people.
you're not,
Add them in the comments if you know what we're talking about.
bro, for real. For real.
If this is you or someone else, tag them.
Bro, 100%. I've been a couple places, and none of you will never know, because none of you need to know.
Of course,
They will like, peace, yo, protect your privacy.
and your privacy. People are so envious.
Private anymore.
People are envious. We forget that people are envious. People want what they don't have, and they prey on people's downfall so that they can have a piece of that. So when you out here going to like whatever with your family and stuff, which is nice, essentially you're letting people that might have a worse situation in their hands that want to feed onto that and put negative energy into your life. And then you know what I'm saying? Like, just protect it, bro. Like, I'm not saying don't post, but essentially I'm saying don't post, because that protects your peace. You can actually make that an authentic memory with your person.
I want to say a good example is a concert. I just went to the Rao concert.
Yo, shout out Raul.
Yo, Alejandro, the best.
That's all Alejandro. Bro, that song, that album was crazy. Cosa Nuestra. Yes.
Listen to that shit on repeat. I went to this concert, bro. And
How was that?
Like, it was fire. And it's just like, you look down. I think it was literally last minute choice. I called you like 4 p.m. the day of the concert. I'm just like, no, fuck.
Dude, I was working that time. I wanted to go. And I didn't even know that the concert started later than the time I got
I
off.
told you, I would have bought you a ticket.
Until I got in the metro and I saw you post. It said 1 minute ago as I'm entering the metro, meaning it's already moving. And you were still like watching the preset. I was like, bruh, I know what.
I did also was nobody didn't take it. So I hope we were like working or whatever. I would have been an easy cop.
Whatever, man. Listen, there's more times for more fun. We'll figure that out. But talk to me about
But what I'm looking at is like, I'm there. I got there early. I got to see. Got the beer going. I'm vibing.
that beer was nice. Tax like $20-something, but whatever.
$1,000 for a beer. $2,000 for water. You'll be alright.
They cooking us, chat.
Shit. Card only.
Why don't you want my money? Stop being sus.
Dead ass.
Why don't you want my money?
It's Miami. We're full of comments.
Listen, take the money. Stop making us use our phones.
Yeah, for real. So I'm looking down. That's exactly what I want to get at. The concert starts this time the 3rd. Down little females. I mean, they just
Just
they were there. They were there, and they were.
It's like rice and beans.
They were there, and he was doing his thing on stage, and they were there.
They were there.
When you look down, nobody's. I feel like y'all ain't really enjoying the concert.
Yeah.
You know, like every single phone, every single screen, recording every single song. Yo, put that shit down. Like, dance, sing, scream, laugh.
Sometimes you gotta enjoy the moment. You gotta enjoy that moment, man.
You're gonna ask me, like, I could tell you almost everything about the fucking act. I took one video, not even of a fire that I liked.
Fire.
It was more like this is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
That's typically what my posts have been about lately. Like, this is what I'm doing right now.
You always go on the notes. You always letting people know on the notes how you feeling.
Dig? It dig. Something life.
You know, I'll say something to that. I remember when I went to Rihanna's concert. Shout out Rihanna, Anti 2016. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
My boy Travis Scott was opening up. That's when Rodeo had just dropped. So it was like a whole like concept. And I went there by myself because I got invited by a classmate last minute. And he worked at the arena. He's like, yo, Sly, bro, like, this is like a whole movie. We sliding out of work, at school, sorry. It was like 6 p.m. And he's like, yo, you want to go? I can get you in all the way to the bottom. So I'm like, whatever, bro. I ain't doing nothing. So I drive essentially to where like the workers get picked up to go to the arena. I take the shuttle. I'm the only one that's not dressed in uniform, and nobody like even asked me a question. I was just like action, and nobody's gonna, like nobody's gonna say nothing, and nobody said nothing, whatever. So like we get there, and essentially, like, I walked all the way to the front, and he's like, yo, just buy the cheapest ticket and I'm gonna get you down. Just tell me where you're at. I was like, bet. I bought the cheapest ticket. That thing was like on the roof of the building. And this man picked me up from the roof of the building and took me all the way to the like a couple before floor. So what I'm trying to say with this is, when I went there, I was by myself. And yeah, like, I recorded a couple of videos, but I enjoyed that moment. Not only did I enjoy that moment, I made like 6 friends. It was like a group of 5 people, 3 guys and 2 girls, and then like another couple that was with us. And we all became best friends. We all exchanged each other's numbers, and we all like sang all the songs together. And nobody like, yeah, everybody took like a couple of videos, but everybody really like enjoyed that show. And it was like, for me, like my first like concert where I was like embedded. Like, I made memories with people, and like and to this day I still have those people. Shout out to y'all that I hit them up, and we'll like listen to the album. We'll be like, yo, remember that time? We're a little older now. We got some grays on us, but it's a good time to reflect. Very good time.
But it's nice to have those moments and not be so consumed by social media that we can't really enjoy it. Or
Yeah.
can't really enjoy, like, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. I want you to know that my future baby took your first steps. I want
Yeah,
you
of
to,
course.
but I don't know. It's just like there has to be a balance to it.
Yeah.
I want you to know, but I
don't need you to know that you're gonna getting a freaking divorce the next day. Like,
no,
so some people know, some people are like that.
I just don't want you to have consistent access to my memory.
That's fair. But I see people that post like every downfall in their life, and I'm just like, man, I thought my life was bad.
Yeah, we've all been there. We've all had our depressed moments where like we're posting some shit where we all have that one friend that reaches out like, bro, you okay? Yo, bro.
Baiting. Yeah. Don't bait people on Instagram. Just hit up the people you trust.
For real.
That's it.
And there's nothing wrong. Like, that's another thing. Sidebar as fuck. There's nothing wrong at all with reaching out to fucking anybody.
Yeah.
Whether you know them, like met them, you're super cool with them, or you don't really, whatever. Like, if you feel like someone's going through something, bro, I don't need to be the guy that tells you say something.
Yeah. Please
You
don't.
might be the difference between someone's day being shit or someone's day going back to average, or you might be the difference in worst case scenario between someone being here in the next couple hours and not. You just don't know. Like, that's another thing. Like, there's social media that don't really make you depressed and all that stuff, and maybe you're not built like maybe you and me are built like, we're different mindset. Like, we're like, I'm not gonna get caught up in that shit. Like,
Of course not, bro. We see it as like a wave. It's a wave, and there's like good that comes with it. There's bad that comes with it, but it's in waves. But people make it like this is my life, and they lose the plot. They forget what matters, man.
keep your people safe, dog. Keep your people safe. Keep everybody safe around you. Spread kindness. Share you instead of sharing a like instead of liking a
People with
post.
kindness, man. It's not hard. It's not hard to treat people with kindness. It's not hard to tell somebody they look good. They have something good on their clothes, or like, if
Say it with me. Nice shirt.
yeah, nice shirt, nice shoes, nice shoes, nice
That's what I'm
haircut.
gonna say. You're
Got my boy Ala looking sexy in the bag.
gorgeous.
He's dripped out. Look at him. He's just smiling over there.
Black is your color, my friend.
Yeah, bro, with the white shoes.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Look at this guy. Look at his smile. Look at this pearly whites. Look at that guy. But you see, it's like that's the point of it. Essentially, is to like make someone feel good with just a little statement can go a long way.
Yeah. That
Cause it's easy to be like, oh, you could have done this better. Cause motherfuckers that go through personal shit and all they do is project, right?
Yeah.
A lot of like social media shit is also projection, from like embedded problems and embedded issues from like people go through their own experiences and traumatic events, and sometimes they'll use like social media to outlet that source and just kind of decompress off that, but then it becomes a wildfire where it's uncontainable, bro.
It's like out of those experiences, how many times, because I know you like me, how many times have you done something out of the kindness of your heart? You did something genuinely nicer than what the average person would do. And it's like the person almost met you with like, they don't even know how to like react type shit.
Yeah, man. I had this one person that I had a conversation with that was a heavy projecting person. They themselves did not understand their own projections and their own issues that they were displaying to other people. And I kind of try to understand, man. I try to understand where your mind's at and how you work so I can align with that. But some people just don't even want to like make that attempt to like know themselves because they're not comfortable with like the shit that they got going on. Like there's a lot of shit that I had to get over because I was projecting on a lot of my friends. I myself was doing certain things because I was insecure in some things. I didn't like the way I dressed at times. I didn't like the way that my hair looked, like little stupid things like that. But that's like real life shit. And then you feeling already like weird in your body, you're gonna display that to somebody else. When someone tells you something, you're almost gonna think they're trying you essentially because you're insecure. You know what I'm saying? That's that shit, man. That's that shit. I'm telling you, man. That's that shit that people don't talk about. They wait till it's like too late, and then you lose a lot of friends. You lose yourself or you lose your life.
There's nothing wrong with it. If you ain't, look, if you're not chilling with something, if you're not rocking with something, you may be able to grow out of it at one point. It may be a stage in your life now, but be comfortable communicating how you feel. And I feel like we've gotten away from that so much. People rather talk behind your back. If people use the same energy they use speaking behind your back to speaking to you about a problem, we'd have less problems. It doesn't shit.
Yeah.
We'd have less problems.
If people just said things directly to you instead of going behind and starting this whole group session with other people, like that shit is so corny.
That's crazy.
I've seen it in a
keyboard. Though.
Have you ever? Yes, to your point, but have you ever seen people do that and then the moment they see each other and friends in life, they act all friendly and stuff? That is what makes me go crazy.
Or they act like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. Like you really didn't say that to me.
Well, talk to me crazy on the Instagram or talk to me crazy anywhere, and then in real life you try to climb me up. I promise you, I'm not gonna shake your hand. I'm not gonna look your way. I'm not gonna say what's up to you because that's mad disrespectful. You cannot come to somebody as a human being and try to do these social media antics to offend people and then go in real life and pretend like it's over. It's not a video game. That shit translates to real life and it's a problem. It's unfortunately a problem and people are not getting it. And I just know, like, don't even try that because for what? You're not going to get anything out of me or it's just going to be bland, dry. And unfortunately, that's what it's always going to be from that point because now I know how you rock.
It's okay. Like maybe you guys are at the stage where like you're strong-willed that you got as strong-willed to where you guys don't care.
Yeah.
But we don't have to hide behind the screen or the keyboard like I was mentioning earlier. There's something to hide behind.
Just be yourself, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt nothing.
What do you think will be one good way? Like we was talking about the negative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What do you think is one good way to stay on track? Social media ain't going nowhere.
So social media is only going to continuously get more advanced. There's going to be more source of other platforms are going to be formed through these because we've seen it already. You know, we've seen the Vines, the Thrillers, the TikToks.
Our Vines and TikTok.
Yeah, like all these Snapchats, Periscope, all these social media accounts that were formed and then died and then something else formed from that. We're going to continue to see that. But the issue, the thing that stands now is like, so how do we utilize that for positive intent, right? How do we use that to make ourselves better, to push our brands, and to connect, right? Because that's the reason that social media was made, is so that we can connect with one another and we can interlink. Not because we didn't see each other physically in this life, but maybe you and me have, you know, you live in Spain, for instance, and I live here, and then you and me have the same similarities. But we would have never known if it wasn't for social media, you know? So like, that's the cool part about it too, because I can meet some really cool people and I never would have ever met in this life if it wasn't for social media. So I'll say that's definitely something good.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, a good way to say, I feel like, in line. I mean, besides sharing, you know, commenting that you like with other people that you meet along the way, but it's kind of picking what you want social media for.
Yeah.
Kind of understanding why you have it.
Understand the intent behind it.
Yeah, like why is it that you have? Why do you have an Instagram? Why do you have a Facebook? Oh, I use it to connect with people. Use it for that. Don't get lost in the.
Don't lose the plot.
Yeah, don't get lost in the that this person on their yacht with the Bugatti and the. and you're having a video.
We got the promoters hitting you up every single weekend. Yo, you signing up to my table?
Brother, crazy.
What are you saying, bro?
Or people, I've seen the new one now where people are in the club having bottle wars, dumping their bike.
You know what's so funny is that essentially these bottle wars, because I've been a part of that club life and I've seen it for what it is, it's all fake. People are not buying no Clase Azul bottles that are worth $1,000 at the club. They're essentially getting the recycled ones that probably have dirty water or some dirty tequila that was found outside the club, poured into it, and essentially that's why they pour out the bottles on their bust down watches, right? Because we can go real deep into the situations. Like, all this stuff is all facade. All of this stuff is fake. Remember that. Be authentic with yourself and be notified of what it actually is.
100%.
Don't walk out here with delusional. Don't walk out here pretending that, oh, I'm the highest in the room when you're not. You're the highest in the room when you can put your whole family to retirement and you can take care of yourself. Then you can start talking.
To be quite frankly, I don't think that out of the common people that are out here, none of us are in that position where we can do like this. We all hope to be,
But that's when you got to grind, right? That's when we get back to it. People wasting time. People are in the club. People are in the yachts. All of that is time you will never get back, unfortunately. So do what you can now with the time you have. Don't wait till you half the year's expectancy of your life to then try to attempt. Like, the body's not going to be up there anymore. The body's going to be tired.
I mean, it's already tired, bro. I'll be tired. It's already happened. I mean, like, even with your OGs, with my OGs, like, when did your parents get their first crib?
Yeah, man.
Like, I'm talking about.
No, I mean, for me, they never got a crib. Unfortunately, the only time they attempted a crib was when the '07 crisis happened, ironically.
No, I mean, like, not a crib per se, when their first spot together, and then at the same time, oh yeah, you look back to like how things have changed for like people our age now.
It's hard, bro. It's hard. It's not
Things
easy.
are more comfortable,
Man.
Things are way more comfortable, G. People got stuck. People are stuck in place.
Mhm.
It's like we advanced, but we slowed down. Or we continue to advance, but we continue to slow down. You know what I mean? So we're just so comfortable with where we're at. We're so comfortable being hidden behind the screen sometimes and showing that. That's why we lose sight of who we are. That's why.
So, what's one message you can take and tell the people and the viewers from this little subject that we're talking? What's something you can give them, enrich their lives, my friend?
Just to enrich. Just to enrich your life. Like, find the purpose of what you do everything for. You have social media, you want to connect with people, and you feel like you don't do that as much. Connect with people. Don't hide behind things. Don't do to other people what you wouldn't want done to yourself. Like, don't fall into any facades. Know what your money is like. Know what other people's money is like. Know what your lifestyle is like. Know what other people's lifestyle is like. I guess if I have to chop it down to like one phrase, it'd be just love yours. Like love yours. Like, if you're not good with you, delete that shit.
Yeah.
You can't handle that. It's gonna drive you crazy. I promise you, you'll live a more boring life, but it'll be a calmer life. The Amish. Fuck. It works for the Amish.
Be a good guy. That's always what I say to everybody. Try to be a good person. Just try, because it's easy to be the bad person. It's easy to be the villain in someone's life. So it's hard to be good. Try to do that. See how that works for you.
Yeah.
My brother, I love you.
Love it too, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We out. That one felt good.
Take the front seat, I'll be right by you. Only thing in my head, I swear it's all you.